Talking about the decade without a name. This is a review for CNN's The 2000s Mission Accomplished. So after seeing the promos for tonight's episode, I was pretty excited. I was pretty jazzed up to see this episode because I thought it was going to be all about the Iraq War. And, you know, I'm a veteran of that, so I was getting nostalgic for those old times. Brought the old DCU field jacket out of storage. Got me some yellow cake. Bought these bad babies back out. Yeah. Had a lot of fun with these. Not hand to hand, as some of you probably thinking. But my FOB, they had a few talent shows that they used to put on every month. I had a juggling act. I'd toss these bad babies around. As you can see, I wasn't pretty good of a juggler. But to my chagrin, tonight's episode really wasn't about the Iraq War. I mean, they brought it up, but only at the end of the episode, like for about 10 minutes. Everything else was what led up to the war with Iraq. We started out with the 2000 election where Bush gets himself elected. You know, that disaster with Florida, with the hanging Chads and the pregnant Chads and the Chads from accounting. And, you know, one thing that always got me about the 2000 election debacle was it never felt like the media got any of the blame, or no one made them a scapegoat, if you will. Everything was, you know, Jeb Bush, he's rigging it for his brother. Or, you know, the Supreme Court, they stepped in and pissed on democracy. But, you know, the media, they're the ones who called it for Al Gore, said he won Florida, then all of a sudden, oh, wait, no, we got it wrong. And from there, you know, like everyone starts blaming Jeb Bush and the Supreme Court and saying the whole thing was rigged and that, what's her name, the Secretary of State with all the makeup, Catherine Harris, whatever. Like I said, the media, you ever think that maybe they made a big mistake? Like, however they find out who wins these states, they got it wrong, they jumped the gun, and then that sort of led to this whole fucking debacle because everyone just trusted the media. Media tells you, hey, Al Gore won Florida, so everyone thinks Al Gore wins Florida, and then the media's like, oops, nope, there was a mistake. You know, blows everyone's mind. And like I said, I never felt like they ever took any of the blame, and I think, honestly, they should have took some of the blame. But that's water under the bridge. Like I said, so we got that, Bush wins, then they move on to September 11th. That happens. And from there, Bush starts thinking, you know, I got to protect America. Let's go fight the terrorists. And for some reason, he thought he needed to go to Iraq to do this. You know, just that old beef he had with Saddam, trying to kill his father and make himself look better probably than his father. Just speculating. Anyway, like I said, so we get to see the whole accusations he made against him. He's like, they've got weapons of mass destruction. They're going to kill us all. And this is, you know, coming off of September 11th, so everyone's buying into that. One problem I had with how they covered, you know, the road to war was, like I said, they were pretty anti-Bush. You know, Cheney, ooh, you know, he's the Penguin. He's a Batman villain. Rumsfeld, he's a pompous, stupid ass. But when they get to Colin Powell, they're like, Colin Powell, yeah. He was the only one against the Iraq War. The other ones, they were just a bunch of warmongers. But Colin Powell, he was making objections to this. He thought the whole thing would be a mistake. But what's he going to do? He's pledged his loyalty to these people. He was conflicted. Yeah, they keep going on about Powell making him a sympathetic character. Like, what? Why are you being so goddamn nice to Colin Powell? You don't think he has just a little bit of blame like everyone else? Just a small bit of blame from some mistakes that he made that you can't chew his ass out on? Just a small amount? Yeah, I thought they were way too sympathetic to Colin Powell. Didn't like that. So finally they get into the last 10 minutes of the show, which they covered the Iraq War, the beginning of the Iraq War. And I didn't feel too nostalgic watching that stuff because I wasn't in that first month of the war. Let me explain. Originally, the plan to invade Iraq involved the 3rd ID coming up from the south, coming up from Kuwait, along with a lot of the Marines And 4th Infantry, my infantry division coming down from the north, which would have meant that, before the war, 3rd ID, the Marines, all of them, they were stationed in Kuwait so they could make that push up north. And 4th ID was supposed to go to Turkey so they can make that push down south, and of course, sandwich them in there. But Turkey objected to the 4th ID using our bases, stage our attacks. So 4th ID never went to Turkey. So we had to wait a month before 3rd ID and the Marines went in there and, won won the invasion before we could show up. We had to go to Kuwait and then into Iraq. So, yeah, I didn't get too nostalgic because, you're talking about toppling Baghdad and fighting here and there, and I wasn't a part of any of that. So, yeah. But it was an interesting episode. I did like it. It looks like the next episode is going to have more of the Iraq War, so maybe I'll be a little more nostalgic that time. And we'll see. Yep, that's all I got for now.